Hi. Hi everyone. We are going to start a new build today. We're gonna wait like 5 minutes for people to come and we're gonna be starting this. Morning Wraith, morning Itso. Hi Jalum. We are going to start soon, just need to make sure that everything's ready, not like the printed part I forgot to print, but that's gonna be fine. And we are finally gonna start this Stealthchanger. So, we are going to build a new printer starting from zero. So I'm not gonna be reusing one of my printer. And we are only gonna be using LDO stuff. So that's part of a 2.4 LDO kit. And we are gonna be using the Stealthchanger's LDO kit. So the tool and dock and the base kit. Hi Sebastian. Let's start this thing. First of all, I wanted to make sure that I had everything ready for this build. So I printed and built one of the toolhead and one of the dock. I will be using a lot, and when I say a lot, that means a lot of mods. All the mods I'm going to be using, I'm going to share the links. And we are going to be using the ant head for this build. Hi Jeff. So let's start this build. There we go. So first of all, we are going to have to build the frame, which is going to be quite easy. I'm not going to take the time to explain how to build a frame or that you need to grease all the rails. That's something that I already did. So all of them are completely greased. That's going to be saving time. Okay, let's start this. So I'm going to take the manual and start with it. During the build, I know that some of the draft shift team gonna be on the chat, in the chat. So if you have any question about the build or the Stealthchanger, ask them. Ask every question. If I can answer, I will. If I'm not capable of, I'm sure that one of the draft team members gonna be answering everything. So let's start with this. 6 and 8. The bum, where is the bum? The bum for the draft shift build is on the draft shift GitHub. You get everything there. It's not finished, the manual is not finished, but you basically can have everything you need to build this. Okay. Exactly. Bum and wiki are on the GitHub. But if one of you can just give them the link, it's going to be easier. My goal for tonight is to have the frame completely done, the gantry completely done, and if I'm capable of, having the belts set and the metal carriage put on the printer. It's basically you have everything you need on the GitHub. The manual is not fully done, as I said, but you've got access to all the files so that you can check everything by yourself. The wiki is really great. It's updated pretty much all the time, because I know that I've spent so much time on this looking for stuff, and every time there was something new on this. So yeah, pretty much everything. And I just need not to forget to start the print of the few parts I forgot, because I'm gonna be in trouble if I don't. So in like 10 to 20 minutes, the plate should be hot enough, the printer should be good to print just two small parts that I forgot, and it's gonna be easy. Where did I put it? The screws? Yeah, Rhett is absolutely right. I know that I spent too much time asking questions just to make sure that I had everything ready, and the people from the draft shift team helped me every time. So yeah, everything, well, we'll see, but the build is gonna be awesome. And that is something that I like, because as you can see, I have box turtles. I have two of the box turtles. One is there and the other one is over there. And honestly, it works really nice, but I wanted to have a build that reduced the waste of the filament, and that's the answer. That's the answer. Something else I like about the Stealthchanger is that you basically can decide what you want to use for your printer. You can choose pretty much any tool head you want. I decided to go with the end head because I like the design, and I just built one for the Micron that's over there on the desk, just over here. And I just love the design. But you can use pretty much any kind of tool head. I went with this one because I wanted to have 5 tool heads in a small printer, because that's going to be a 300, and well, you don't have room for more than 5 tool heads with the hand head, but that's maximum 4 if you go with the Steels burner. So that's it. Okay, let's build this stuff. I'm gonna be using this table or this one. Let's see. Do you guys see? Yes, that's working. So let's build this frame. There. And all I need is this. So as I said, I won't be explaining how to build the frame or everything, just because, well, pretty much everyone has built one. And even if you don't, it's quite easy. There. That's okay. Yep. Then so that's strangely calm. Nobody has question about the build. That's nice. There we go. There, that's one of the parts. Building the frame is not the best part, but for the French people here, you know, guys, that the worst part is yet to come, because we are going to be using lots of T-nuts, and that's my nightmare for those that don't know. There we go. Up. Hi, Roger. There we go. Everything's good here. Good here. No, not good. There we go. And here we have a frame. Yeah, the the LDO T-nuts will be better than the one I'm using. Yeah, so for those that don't know, I built a printer last year, fully live, and the T-nuts I was using were really a pain to deal with. And I took way too much time, waste too much time on these T-nuts. It was fucking pain. Hi, lol model. And there we go. So for those asking, I'm using an extrusion just to make sure that everything's flat and parallel. And it should be good enough for a printer. I'm basically using the extrusion for the build to make sure that the build is fully parallel. Let's make sure this is good. No, it's not. We're gonna check everything after. Let's use this one, and once that's ready, I'm gonna use a flat surface just to make sure that everything's perfect. There. I'm gonna use this place to make sure that everything's ready and flat. There we go. It's gonna be easier like this. There, flat surface. Okay, so that's flat and correct. That's flat and okay. Yeah, sure. Sent me. So I'm gonna just double check everything is correct and gonna be able to move to the top of the printer. Okay. So just to make sure, I know I said that I was not gonna be explaining everything, but it's really, really important that everything is completely flat when you build the frame. It needs to be completely square and everything. So just make sure that the surface you're using is flat. Okay. And just remember what rotation you use, because if you don't, you're gonna be like me, doing the same stuff twice, because I forgot the rotation I went with the frame at first. That should be the third, and that's probably, no, it's not good. So I did double the job. There we go. That's the last one. Okay. Next, we're gonna be doing the top, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, the top. There. That's the easy one. There. And I forgot to launch the print. Give me a sec. As I said, I forgot to print two parts. And that's gonna be a problem if I don't print it. Should be this printer. It should be this printer, yes. And obviously I forgot to upload the files. I'm gonna be using a hat on this. Just give me a sec, I need to upload the files for the last two parts that I need to print. And should be just over here. That's the trident here. Upload. There. And that printer is going to be printing the last two parts I need. So, just so you know, if you're going to be using beefy front idler, you need to print the pad that goes inside. Yeah, not like me. Otherwise, you're fucked. There. Okay, let's go back to the build itself. One. I'm glad to see that some of the Voron team people are here. That's really nice. And I mostly hope that the time I choose for this build is fine for everyone, because it was a pain to decide what time to start the stream, just to make sure that it was a correct time for everyone. I know that some of you are from the US, some of our friends from Europe, and was really a pain. Hi, Thomas. Yeah, when we have a lot of people coming. Okay. That's gonna be fine. Uh, it's so in French. Okay, let me try to translate this. So you are asking if that's a new printer with the Stealthchanger mode. Yes. So as I said, I'm not going to be reusing one of my printer. I'm building a fully new one, and I'm going to be using all the LDO kits for the Stealthchanger. So that means the base kit with the CNC carriage. Let me check. Let me see if I got it here. I know. Yeah, I have it here. So I'm going to be using the shuttle in CNC. So that's the LDO CNC shuttle that I'm going to be using. And for the same reason, I'm going to be using the LDO dock and tool kits. I'm going to be using the Nighthawk EXA for this. And I'm going to be adding a top hat on the printer, yes. That's something that you absolutely need. If you're going to have a printer that is fully enclosed with a Stealthchanger, you need to have a top hat, because otherwise you cannot have room for the Toolheads PTFE. So you need the top hat. There. Okay. And yes, Roger is not in Europe right now, he's in the US. So, what do you guys think about the blue frame? I've wanted to have one of these for a few years, never decided to build one, and that was the occasion. I'm so hyped about the color of the frame. I think that honestly LDO did a really great job with the color. It's so nice. I'll have to check if the top hat does have the exact same blue, but if it does, that's awesome. There. And I know that you probably don't hear this, but this one is actually snoring right now. What the fuck? Okay. Green and gray printed part, and it's just, yeah, I know, I've seen one of these. I know that Steve printed the part with the blue frame he has, and I want it to be different, so I went with, that's the, I'm gonna show you. So that's the gray that's not gonna be fine. So that's the gray from LDO. That's ASA CF, carbon fiber ASA. And the blue is the dark teal, the color that was made for Voron last year for Vice. And I think that's gonna be fine. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's gonna be fine. Okay, so the frame itself is done. Let's see what's the next step. We're gonna be, okay, we're gonna have the brackets for the bed. Okay, the brackets for the bed. Thank you, LOL module. A extrusion, that's the same extrusion, yes. So it should be the exact same length. Obviously, I don't know which one it is now. Should be this one. Yep, that's the one. Boom. They even went with this. That's so cool. That's really so cool. Okay, so we're gonna be using the same screws, M5 by 16. And we need 1, 2, 3, 4 right now. Okay. There. So as I said, that's nothing new for people that already built a printer, but I wanted to make a fully new build for this one. There. Okay. And we tighten this. One side's okay. There we go. One. Let's do this second one. I received your picture, LOL module, but it's on the other computer, so I just cannot access it right now. And I'm not gonna be using my phone right now, otherwise we are fucked. Flat surface. There. One side is okay, and let's do the other one. That's okay. Yeah, don't worry, I will have time. Just need to check if the prints are okay. Yeah, everything's okay. Perfect. That's gonna be fine. Next thing, that the next step is placing these, and I'm gonna use M5 by 10 and M5 shims. Okay, so M5x10, these I have. I'm gonna be using 4 of these. And we said shim. I know I've seen something. So there is something that I like about LDO, but sometimes is a bit complicated. So first of all, that's it inserts. I'm gonna be using these later. I don't need the bag. There are a lot of screws in these. And when I was looking for shims earlier, I found these two different. So as you can see, there are two different spacers, shims, washer, or call it whatever you want. But just need to make sure that I'm not using the wrong one. Well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter here. I'm gonna be using these. We're gonna be using these. Okay. And T-nuts. We're gonna be using M5 T-nuts. Yeah, I know, lol, module. I have a lot, but keep in mind that I print PIF. So, yeah, I do use a lot of filament. Yeah, I do. Okay, so let's put some T-nuts in here. So for those that don't know, T-nuts is my nemesis. Usually won't work, won't fit, or will have a problem. Oh, these seems like it's okay. Well, for now, it's okay. One, two, three, and four. Yeah, 4 shims. Let's do this. The fun part is going to be placing those extrusion correctly. I don't know why, but it's always a pain. It's really simple, but for a reason that I don't know, I never bought a ruler that is small enough to be used here. And that's probably something I should buy. A simple, short ruler just to make things easier for me. Yeah, well, given, Roger, if I'm given the choice between T-nuts and hammer T-nuts, there is absolutely no way I'm going to be using hammer T-nuts. There is no world I'm going to be using hammer T-nuts. Every time I've been using these, it takes me like 10 to 20 minutes just to make sure that everything's set. And yeah, little model. My caliper is just over here. How do I say that? I need to change the battery in this, and it's been like this for probably 6 months. So for the last 6 months, I'm supposed to order the new battery. I just forget every time for this. Yeah, but Roger, there for the middle one, I'm gonna be using the Nevermore just to make sure the space between the two is okay. Just need to make sure. I should have printed the other one, but I have not. Just to make sure. So it's supposed to be what? It's supposed to be 130 in the middle and 65. It's supposed to be 65 from the middle. Okay. Okay. So 65 from the middle. How long is this? This is 42. So the middle is 21. 21 minus. Okay, so 21. 21 minus 6.5 is 14 and a half. And if I remove the 2 for the extrusion, so 12 and a half from the extrusion. And I should be good. 12 and a half here. Obviously, I'm gonna have trouble with one of the T-nuts. Yep, okay. So 12 and a half here. Double check. Okay, that one is good. And all I need is to line this up. We were given rulers, because honestly I don't remember. Oh, you're right. I know there is a ruler in the kit. Just give me a sec. I saw it. I just put it somewhere. Oh yes, there is a small ruler. Yeah, I got a small ruler. Thanks, Thomas. Okay, time to double, triple, quadruple check. Yep, 12 and a half. That's okay. Let's check the other side. I need 12 and a half here. There, that's the spot. And now the easy part, moving the other one just to make sure it fits the nevermore. There, that's okay. And the opposite side. And now we can just double check everything. Should have 12 and a half, yes, and 65, 130 here. And 130 here, so that's 12 and a half, perfect. Can tighten everything. That was easy. I was expecting to be having trouble with this one, but that's okay. Okay, and here we go. Next. We are going to put the rails. Okay. There. Rails, rails, rails. So we're going to be using 4 rails. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the other one, I'm going to be waiting somewhere else. Okay. I need a few things. Yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of T-nuts right now. So I'm gonna be using M3 by 8 and T-nuts. And T-nuts. And T-nuts. Okay. M3 by 8 and the T-nuts. So the T-nuts are here. Let's put some of these here. And the M3 by 8 are supposed to be somewhere. Yeah, it should be the biggest bite. Yeah, that's here. I know that some of you prefer to prepare everything and load the rails all in once. But I just don't like it. And that's not the way we are supposed to do it. See, that's what I was gonna say, Gilles. I know that some of you likes to do this. I don't. I prefer to put the T-nuts. I have no idea why. But yeah, it's easier to just load the T-nuts after set the T-nuts on the rails and then just put the whole rails. But I don't know why, I just don't like it. It's probably linked to the V0. Okay, how many T-nuts do I use on this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm gonna be using 9 or just 8. No, just gonna be using 8. But I know it's easier to do it. Okay. I need a small key and that's it. So all I need to do is align everything and I should be good. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be using one more because that leaves a big hole in the middle. Yeah, one more. There. And that's okay. Okay. Yeah, I know it's a fucking nightmare. Okay, always the middle first. I'm not gonna screw everything yet. Just want to make sure that everything is aligned. And as it's not there. And of course, I have not printed the part that's supposed to help me place the rail at the good distance. So I'm gonna be using something else. Shit. I usually use the part that is supposed to be blocking the oh shit, the I don't remember the Z motors, so that nothing goes there, but I forgot to print these, so I'm just gonna find something that is fitting, just to make sure that the rail is at the perfect height, but that's gonna be fine. Okay, so we have one in place, and I need to find something that is 3 millimeters. Okay, something that is 3 millimeters, that's way more than 3. Or is it? Yeah, it's more. I'm sure I have something. I'm sure I have something that is around 3 millimeters. Credit card. Yep. That's not gonna do it. Let me find something that's still okay. I need, what do I need? That should be good. Yeah, 3 millimeters. There we go. And before I do something stupid, I'm gonna use the rails part. That's not the right one, that's not the good one, that's not the good one. Nope, that's... I know I have... Hi Alexandre. I know I have something somewhere, just to make sure that... How is that even possible that I am missing the part to align stuff? How is that even possible that I am missing this part? I know I have like 10 of these somewhere, just don't remember where. That's, well, that's gonna be a problem. Or is it? Yep, that's gonna be a problem. Too bad. I'll have to check later. Okay. I'm sure I could print these fast enough. That's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna print the rails guide right now. Gonna print these fast. Give me a sec, and should be fast enough. Vorons and tools. MGN 9. And smoky green slice. That's okay. And MGN 12 also, so that's gonna be fine too. There. The printer is here. Upload G codes. There is always something that's gonna be missing. Otherwise, it's not fun. Okay. So I'm gonna leave the screw not tightened so that I can just make sure that everything's adjusted after. Okay, next. Placing the other rails. One, two, we said 9. 3, 4, and the opposite side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the middle one. Let's do this. Okay. Let's align everything. I hate these T-nuts. It's always a pain with me. There, should be good. Let's align everything. Okay. Did I press print? Yes, I did. Wasn't sure that I started the print. Okay. So I'm gonna leave everything untightened, just so I can align everything. I'm not gonna be using GE5C Mix. I'm gonna be using the regular Z join for this build. If I want to change it later, I can, but right now I'm gonna be using the regular one. Okay. Moving this. There. That's okay. And the opposite side. Now. Ah, here's the first one that's gonna be a pain. And the nines, the last one. We are going to align everything. One, two, three, four. There. I could have the part printed when I'm done with the last one. There is always something that's gonna be missing. But that's okay. So while I'm doing this, there is something that need to be talked about. The power supply needed to run a tool changer. Basically, I'm gonna be using two power supply because the mat is that I'm gonna use Revo high flow, so that's 60 watt and 5 tool heads. So that's around 300 if it's at maximum. So 70% of this should be quite enough. So I'm going to be using one of the power supply to run the bed, the motors, and the controller, the MCU. And the other power supply is going to be running the tool heads and only the tool heads. There is a way to calculate everything on the GitHub. So if you are planning on building something like this, make sure that you check everything before. Okay, last rail. I'm not gonna have the printed part ready. There you go. What do you think? Oh, yeah, that's only for Gzol and A40. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be using the ant head, so I'm not in any trouble with this. Okay. Up until now, not real problem with the nuts, so that's okay and strange. That should be okay. And the last rail. Let's align everything. There. Just need to get some grease on my hands. Because you need to grease your rails. Okay. Let's do this. It's too tight. That's the reason we need to have the part to make sure that everything's in place. It's to avoid for it to shift, which is happening right now. And the last one. Okay. With this kind of tool changer, is the tool rack stuck in the front or is it moving? No, it's gonna be in place. So basically the rack is gonna be here and the dock are gonna be at the top. Okay, let's do this. Last one that needs to be placed. And once I've got the printed part ready, I'm gonna be making sure that everything's in place. Okay. So that's done. Then we are gonna be placing the deck panel, and with M5 T-nuts, and I think it's M5 by 10. Yeah, M5 by 10s. M5 by 10s. There we go. M5 T-nuts, 1, 2, 3, 4. M5 by 10s, 1, 2, 3, and 4. There. The fun part, removing these. That's always a pain. See? Something that is supposed to be easy is complicated for me. I have printed everything except the part I'm missing. But yeah, let me show you. Okay. So that's pretty much all the parts for the printer. So you got the door buffer parts here. Got all the skirts. I've got everything printed, and I have all the parts for the ducts and the tool head waiting on one of the printer over there. Yeah, everything's there, waiting for the good time to be used. I just wanted to make sure that everything was printed, but yeah, I failed. I fell hard on this one. I know that that's supposed to be really an easy part, but for whatever reason, everything that is supposed to go easy when building your printer is complicated when you are doing and need everything to go smoothly. I'm missing the part to align the rails on the printer. So that's printing right now. And I am missing a few parts that are just aesthetic parts, cosmetical parts. That I just find out that I forgot them. The part that are supposed to hide the Z motors to prevent some filaments to go in the motors. So that's not a problem. Just gonna print it. I'm just gonna print it tomorrow. The rails part are printing right now. Yeah, nothing's a problem. When it's just printed part, it's always okay. I mean, I have like 5 printers ready to print anything. Almost 5, because 3 of them are printing stuff. There we go. I mean, could have been a big problem if I forgot to print the Z motor part, but that's nothing. Got everything here. Shh. And that's just one side. Yeah, that's a pain to remove. But the panels are protected. Let's try to not there. Okay, that's one side. Let's do the other one. Thermal isolation. No, I'm not. The only mod I'm gonna be doing for the external of the printer is that I'm gonna be using the clicky clack door. But I think it's a better way to seal the printer, but mostly because it's easier to deal with. All of my printers does have clicky clack mode. It's the fridge door is. It should be mandatory. I mean, given the fact that it's nothing, it's for extrusion, it should be mandatory. Okay, let's try to remove this one. Okay, so note for myself, remove the paper from the panels before using it. I mean, Nick, have you seen how many people just don't have the doors correctly set on their printers? By using the fridge door mod, that's impossible to be unaligned. If it's not aligned, if it's not aligned, you basically cannot close the door. And the sound. I mean, are you still here? Yeah. No, I have sound. Okay, let's try not to. Oh shit! That's a pain to remove. Okay, let's try this one more time. Okay, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. There. And let's finish this one. Perfect. So I was saying, Nick, the two main reasons are for me that it's easier to align and to close the door. You get better isolation, and that's a lot. The isolation is a good point too, because most of the printer that I've seen do have a crack in the middle between the doors. There is a space that should not be there, but a lot of people I've seen building a voron do have like some kind of opening between the doors. And by using the click-clack door, that's just not possible. Am I gonna be able to remove all of the rest in one piece? No, I'm not. There we go. Okay, what about the sound, the difference with the clicky-clack door? You don't have any sound with the clicky-clack door. The sound from the printer. There is such a difference with it. But, I mean, it's just my opinion. I think that it should be built with the clicky clack door. I'm not saying that everyone needs it, but my thinking of this is, yeah, I like it way better, and I think it should be. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Okay, we've got the panels. The panel, not panels. So that's gonna be the back, and that's gonna be the front. Yeah. Okay. Personally depends on where the printer will be, inside of the printer is against the walls. Ensure better otherwise. Yeah. Yeah, I understand this. Hi Neo. But for example, I'm printing a lot of ABS. If you ask Neo, he's printing mostly TPU and PLA. He won't need the door itself. Correct me if I'm wrong, Neo. We were talking about the fact that I think that the clicky clack door mode, like the one I have on the printers there, is and should be mandatory. But as I said, I print mostly ABS, so I take everything I can so that the printer itself is keeping the warm inside. Shit, what did I do? There. And of course, I forgot something. Yep, I forgot the rails. Yeah, I mean, all of this was just a different point of view. By the way, the clicky clack door, if you are building a Stealthchanger, there is something that you absolutely need not to forget. Because by using the clicky clack door, you're gonna be printing a different door buffer. And if you forget to print this part, that's not gonna work. I printed these two parts yesterday night, and would have been a pain if I forgot this. So, just in case, Nick, if you can mention that you absolutely need to print the adapter for the LDO kits, you need to print these two parts. That's absolutely necessary. I personally almost went all-wheel drive with this because, I mean, I even have the kit just here. I did not, but I almost went with it. Let's try to take these parts. So I got my guides, and I need to print the other two guides. What the? Still too hot. It's still too hot. Yeah, I'm gonna print the other two later. Okay, so I need to put these rails. What? I think the LDO. I think that LDO cut the wire so that you need to place the rails the opposite way it's supposed to be. But let me check. Okay, LDO documentation, wiring, Rev D. How do they do that? Yeah, I think. Yep, they do it the opposite way. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll add something about it. Yeah, perfect. Hi, Strumpy. So let's place these stuff. And 5 by 10 and should be fine. Okay. One and two. And 5 by 10. That's gonna be a problem. Okay. And that's gonna be better. Okay. There. That's one. That's two. Let's finish it. 3 and the last one. Yes. Okay. Okay. We can secure the rails now that I've printed this. So Strumpy is asking the price of a tool changer. The correct answer is that the price is going to be depending on what you want to use. But honestly, if you buy full kits, so meaning that you buy a printer kit and then you buy, just making sure that everything's aligned, yeah. If you buy a printer kit and then you buy the kits I'm using for the tool heads and the docks, you're gonna be around, let's say, depending on the number of tool heads, yeah, probably 500 to, yeah, it's gonna be probably around 500 euros or $500 to change a working printer into a tool changer. Yeah, that's exactly right. Meaning, for example, Danny, what hot end are you using? Rapido? I think the Rapido is like, around $100. So depending on the number of tool heads and the hot end you're gonna be using, that could change a lot. For example, I'm using Revo hot end right now. I'm probably gonna change it for Bamboo clones or Bamboo Lab hot end, and that's really cheap. Yeah, honestly, from what I've seen up until now, the hot end I'm using right now on pretty much all my printers is a Bamboo Lab hot end. That's $20, and by far one of the best that I've used. Um, I've tried, I have tried the um, the Chub hot end. I'm waiting for the compact ones, but the Chub is really good too. Yeah, but once again, that's not the same price. The Chub compact is a bit more than the Rapido, and that's expensive. But it depends. It's gonna be depending on what you want. That's it. But you can upgrade a 2.4 to a Toolchanger for $500. Yeah, the Chub. I know, I know, I know, I know. I've tried the Chub Hair. I'm waiting for the Chub Compact. I'm waiting for the Chub Compact. I absolutely want to try it. I've seen it working and it's absolutely insane. I've seen it at I've seen it at Vice running on a big printer. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. Okay, I'm gonna be done with the rails soon. Okay. See? Chub Compact on a Micron. 100%. That's the best thing there is. If you don't have the money, you can just use a Bamboo Lab hot end. That's gonna be perfectly fine. Okay, let me try to print the last part. What the fuck did I do? I'm just printing the MGN12's rail goods. And we should be good to continue. Okay. LOL module. Okay. As I said, I'm gonna be running the iFlow for the first time. I have tried the regular Revo hot end. The flow is shit. Let's say it. It's complete shit. I haven't tried the high flow ones yet, but that's what I'm gonna be using right now. And if I don't like it, I'm just probably gonna be switching to Bamboo hot end, and that's gonna be fine. I mean, it's just 5 part to reprint, and that's it. There is nothing much. Okay. Then, right now I'm gonna have to use press inserts. See? That's what I said. Even Danny's gonna be swapping too. Okay, so we are gonna be putting some inserts on these. I'm gonna use the press inserts, and for that I'm gonna be needing the power supply of this. Did I lose the sound? No, should be good. All good? Let's take the power supply. No, that's not what I want. Thanks. Yeah, something strange happened and that's nothing. Okay. That's the best part of this desk. There is a way to plug this on it. Okay. So it inserts and somewhere to sit. For those of you that don't have a press, print a press. Print a press. Okay. Big fan of chips, even though we're cheap. Sounds good. Okay, perfect. Okay. So, insert in these parts. I'm gonna be using 6 on each. I'm just gonna try not to burn myself because that would be a shame. The last time I used a press insert, I was able to burn myself just between the fingers, just over here. That's painful. That's really painful. Okay. Let's go. That's so easy with a press. Nothing can go wrong with it. Anchor desk hub. Yeah, I'm using 1.2 on the desk that is behind me with the computer, not on this one, because I have a computer and a lot of stuff that are connected to the same line, so I just don't want to overload everything here. Okay, that's okay. But yeah, I do the same. The computer I'm using for the streaming is asking a lot of power, and I have a big printer asking for a lot of power too on the same line, so just trying to avoid to overload everything. I was wondering if I should have put the heat inserts before the streaming starts, but honestly it's like taking 5 minutes for me to do it and I'm sitting, so Yeah, you can actually go too far, but I mean, you just need to open your eyes, and that's it. I cannot do everything for everyone. That's that's at least that's way easier and that's straight. One, two, shit. 3, 4. Okay, so there is something that you guys don't know, but right now, just across, and when I say just across my office, it's like 10 meters away. They are lighting the Christmas tree in the street. There is like almost 200 people with kids, and I can hear everything. You guys cannot hear that. You are so lucky on this. Yeah, sure. Send it to me. I'm gonna have a look, and I'm gonna show you the. I'm gonna show you the parts. Honestly, I love this carbon fiber ASA from LDO. The gray one is insane. It looks so good. I mean, really, 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 it's so great. I know that Gilum also have it, but will it work? No, it's not. Let me try this. Let me try to show you this. I need some more light. Just look at this. That's so good. The color is insane. I love it. Where was I? Okay. Last part. So what I'm gonna do is that when all the inserts are done, I'm just gonna take a 3-minute break just to make sure that everything I was supposed to print is printing on the printers. Just the time that the parts cool down, and we'll be able to continue. That's okay. Did you hear the siren? I mean, really? That's crazy, because you guys don't hear the kids yelling? See, that microphone is too good. Okay. One, and just don't want to burn myself. these parts are done, and I think there's 2 more here. Well, that's a good thing. And the kids won't be late in the street because it's almost 8 p.m. here, so I know my kids won't be in the street anymore. There we go. Hi. Tom and Moore. Hi. Okay. I think that's... So as I was saying, just gonna be finishing this one and take 5 minutes, not 5 minutes, 3 minutes just before I continue, because it's gonna be cooling the headsets and making sure that everything's printing ready. Okay. Did I forget? No, I did not forget anything. Okay, perfect. There. That's gonna be put away. That also is gonna be put away. Just gonna take 3 minutes and I'll be back in 3 minutes. I know I forgot to cut the microphone. Okay. Hi to those that I missed. So where was I? With the Z motors. We are gonna be using a few things. We need the motion system pack. Okay, so let's go back on this. The motion. We are gonna need these. We are gonna need some more stuff. Okay, so GT20, that's not the right one. GT20 M5, that's the 16, that's the 20. Also need the bearings, I guess, yes. Bearings. I got the big one, I got the 20Ts, the bearings. What else do I need? Oh, the pins. Is there something else here that I need? No. Should be fine. And the screws that we are going to be using. We are going to be needing a few stuff, a few of these. Okay, so no, it's not printing already, but I have the two parts that I forgot. These are done. Okay, I'm needing the shims and the grub screws. That's something that LDO does, and it's really cool. Where are the screws? LDO provides pre-applied thread lock, and that's so good. Okay, I'm gonna need also the belts, and I need screws. M3 by 40. M3 by 40. Yes, pre-applied locked it. That's so perfect. Okay, we're gonna start with this, and I know that I forgot something. Where are the belts? And there is a box with the closed loop belts, and I don't know which one it is. Cable kits, no. Belts, chains, and fans should be there. Okay, I don't need the belts. Now all I need is this, and that's okay. I'm gonna use the feet soon, so the feet also. Perfect. Okay, let's build ourselves the feet. So let's move everything here. The grub screws are gonna go in there. Yeah, sure. Jinx, come here. Viens ici. Viens là. Show your head. So, for those that are interested, this is Jinx. He is 12 years old, and next week he won't be alone anymore. We are gonna have a second puppy home. You're gonna be a big brother. You're gonna be a big brother. Hmm? Damn. So, just so you know, let me show you. We are gonna have this little cutie next week. Okay, let's go back. So the grub screws are set. We're gonna need these 420Ts. Gonna need the belts. And shims, M5 shims. There. And that's almost everything. Okay, should be good. The pins and the screws for later. Okay. Jeff in here. Bidon printing. Okay, so I was saying, I'm gonna use the D shaft and place everything on it. For this, I'm gonna use. That should be the right one. Yes, it's the right one. Let's do this. Okay. The pre-applied thread lock, that's really so cool. I mean, taking your time is not a bad thing. Just make sure that everything is ready. I'm missing something. Okay, no, I'm not. Yes, the ruler. So let's find 33. That's not gonna work. That's why I always use the big one, because it starts at 0. Okay, so I need 33 from here. Anyway, I think that 33 is just what I need for this. Yep. That's almost it. I'm gonna tighten it later. Same, I enjoyed the parts building better than the software part. Software part is not my joy. But that pre-applied lock, that is game changing. Saves so much time. There you go. Yes, sure. I'm not gonna be configuring anything today. If I'm being honest, I think that I will stop this stream in an hour. hopefully the gantry will be done. And yeah, it's gonna take, I think it's gonna take like 4 to 5 streams to be completely done with it. But if I do 3 hours every time, that should be, yeah, it should be quite enough. The part that's gonna take time is building the tool heads, because that does take a long time. Yes, Nick, that's probably what's gonna be happening. I mean, between now and tomorrow, you guys could have a new one also. So yes. So the next part is making sure that I have everything ready. I'm gonna be using the Nighthawk 36 because it's coming with the LDO kit. In the dock and tool kit, they provide a Nighthawk 36. Okay, so I was saying, why is this? Yeah. So, okay, I need one of these. Then 2 of the shims. Then 1 of these. Why is this so hard? Yes. 2 more shims. And the big one. I think I'm gonna put the grub screw first, which is gonna be way easier to deal with. Yeah, it's gonna be way easier. Oh, that's long. Oh, that's long. Honestly, I think that the part 2 is gonna be putting the door buffer, the docks, and the tool heads. And the third one will probably be the electronic. But if I'm good enough, that should be the program. Okay, let's see if this is working, because I just didn't want to spend time on putting this. Okay. And I can tighten it now. I'm going to be using the Ant head, like this one. Jeff. Sorry. The Ant head with an orbiter. And I'm using Nemi's mod for the dock with the front magnet. Okay, let's check if that's okay. So I should have 33 between this. Yeah, that works. So I won't have to check everything. That's nice. Okay. If that works, that works. Perfect. Yeah, I spent so much time looking for the toolheads to use, the mod to use, and with Nick explaining everything, I decided to go with the ant head, and I discovered the all Nemis mod, and that's, I mean, Nemis mod are really insane. Danny, are you using the front magnet also on yours? Because that's a game changer. Ah, so you haven't used it yet. You'll see that's game changer. Really. Okay, let's try if I can have 33 on each. Oh shit. I moved. I moved. I should not moved. 33. Perfect. Okay. Okay, next. FXD extruder, okay. I can understand for the chub. Honestly, I can. But you know that it's going to be problematic if you want to print TPU with the chub. You're going to need to change the front fan for something way better. Why is that not fitting? Okay, better. Yeah, better. I know that probably half of the people here already order a snap turtle, because I know I have. I think I ordered like 7 or 8. Just want to make sure that I have enough. Are you happy with the step maker? Honestly, because we went to Form Next last week, and I'm not really convinced with it. I think there are a lot of stuff that could be done better. I mean, if you print PLA and TPU, that's fine, but right now there is no way you can print anything else with the snap maker. I know I'm not a huge fan of printers that are mainstream, but I'm open to hear anything. The snap turtle, I'm sure I'm gonna be using it on pretty much every other printer that have a tool changer or color swap or anything. I know I'm missing something. Oh yeah, this. I need to fit the screws. Screws are so long. Yep, that's one. Yeah, but Jeff, 90% of the market is printing PLA, so 90% of the market don't even know what Clipper is. And I think it's a good thing that Bamboo and Prusa are not the only one on the market. I would like more companies like Prusa because I like the open source system, but having different company is also a good thing. So if they use closed software, well, I mean, it's not a problem for the people buying it. That's what I'm saying. What am I doing wrong? This. That's not the moment of putting two screws in the same hole. Okay, and we have a third. Yep, we have third. And the last one. Hey Nemi, you just missed the part where I was saying that I'm using pretty much all your mods because, I mean, it's probably the best thing there is. Nemi's mod are life-changing on this. And as I was saying at the beginning of the stream, I'm going to be linking every mods that I'm using, all the GitHubs, everything, so that if you guys are looking for it, it's easier to find. And most of all, I'm gonna be giving the link to the head mods that Nemi made, because I was having a lot of problem with the toolboard part, and that changed when I used Nemi's. Okay, I should be good with it. I have no idea what's happening with the pin, but it's been a pain on every pin. Okay, next. We need to add the closed loop. One. Two. Shit. And that's the second one. Yep. Third. And the last one. There. Belts are set. And we can now close each of these. Yeah. And I need the belts up there. I need the belt up. Same here. And the last one. Okay. And now all I need to do is close everything with the screws. M3 by 40. Okay. There we go. Closing these. And there we go. So I could have gone with the Galileo 2 XL, but I just didn't want to add too many modes to the mod itself. Because as you will see, I change a few of the parts that I'm going to be using. Why is that so hard? Okay. 3. There. Okay, so we have one that is done. Completely done. I've been using the G2Z XL on a few of my printers for a long time, and all I can say is that it's better when it comes to constancy on the Z than the regular Z. That's my point of view. Not saying that's 100% the truth, but my point of view is that the G2Z XL is way better when it comes to quality. I know I have an electric screwdriver somewhere, but honestly, I have no idea what it is. But that's fine. I mean, it's gonna be fast enough. You guys realize that we have two of the people from the Drive-Shift team and one person that built a Toolchanger here, that, and so that you could basically ask every question that you have. So please ask all the questions you want, because those guys will answer. They are the nicest person that I've met. And they won't bite. What the? Okay, let me ask. Let me ask one question. Who's gonna be at Smurf this year? That's gonna be a new question. The first time in March will be easier for us. Who's gonna be there? Third motor is done. Okay. That's the third one and the last. Ah, that's nice, Neo. Were you there last week? Last year at the Smurf? Ah, that's too bad, Nick. Danny, you were there last year? Because I don't remember seeing you, but once again, I spent all weekends building the printer on the voron boot, and everybody was sick after. I think that pretty much everyone got COVID just after. All I remember is that I built the printer and then just left to take my plane. There. Okay, all four are done. Now, I'm gonna need these M3 by 8. That's what I have here, and M5 nuts. That's somebody. Yeah, M5 nuts. I'm gonna need 4 of these. I'm sure that Jeff has one. Don't you have, Jeff? A lift bar mod. What am I missing? This, no, this one. Okay. I'm sure that somebody have build one, Jean-Luc. Oh, you did not? Okay. I'm sure we're gonna find somebody that did. You should, Jean-Luc, you should share your build progress on the Drive Shift Discord. Oh, first time, okay. We'll be able to grab a drink this year because I'm not building a printer at Smurf this year. I wanna enjoy myself and take some time to see what people are bringing. The boot, the UForge boot last year was really, really nice. A lot of cool stuff. Shit. Okay, what am I missing here? Just Jean-Luc, just share it because I've seen some picture and that's a great build. Just share your build. People are gonna be asking and stuff, and also. Oh, that's so cool. I wonder if we will have by March, if the voron team will be able to bring a Phoenix there. I would love to have the big bird over there. But as we don't have any more Phoenix in the UK, that's probably going to be complicated. I know we had one Phoenix sitting at E3D, but now it's in the US. So that's going to be problematic to bring it back. Okay, I'm almost done with this. Then, okay, we need the 16 teeth. Oh shit, I forgot once again something. I forgot to print another thing. This time I'm sure I'm gonna find something. How is that possible that I don't have the printed part for this? I should have like 10 20 pieces of the tools, but I don't find any of the tools. Let me double check everything. I'm sure I have the printed tools somewhere. No, I don't. I don't have the printed tools. That's a shame. That's a shame. Okay. For the next part, we need motors. We need motors. We need motors. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 motors. We need the 16 teeth pulley. Yep, 16. And that should be it. And that's where I'm gonna be in trouble. I need to find the guide. But that's okay. I'm gonna find a better way. I'm just gonna place every screw in place and set it up after. What? There is something that is completely wrong with this. Yeah, there is something wrong. And I don't know what. What's happening? What is happening there? Okay. Sorry, something was definitely wrong because it wasn't sliding on the shaft and I don't know why. And also I'm checking that the filament doesn't run out on the printer over there. There we go. See? There, that's stuck once again. I don't know why. It shouldn't be stuck. We'll see after. I don't know why it's like the thread part in the aluminum is moving. There we go. Okay. We are going to use these, and I'd like to be able to check the height of these parts, but that's going to be complicated. Let's try to see how long it takes to print this. Oh, I'm saved. I found it. I found it. Okay, so I need to have all the motors at B. No, yes, B high. No, Z high. Z high. And Z high is higher. Fuck, where? Shit. Why is that stuck? Okay. I'm happy that I found it. Let's have the Z set on each. Okay. That's okay. How to save time? Just find a good port. Oh no. There. Okay, that's the third one, and will I be able to move this? I don't know. Yep. Okay. There. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Okay. No, I'm gonna be using it later. All I need now is these. Okay. Let's move to motors placing. One, two, three. Okay, 1, 2, 3. That's so quiet. Okay, and so these. Yes, should be like this. Yeah, should be like this. One last one and we'll be able to put everything on the printer. Okay, that's okay. And we are going to put this on the printer. We need M5 T-nuts, M5 T-nuts, M5 T-nuts, M5 T-nuts, 5 M5 T-nuts, 4 M5 T-nuts, okay. Okay, so we are going to need M5 T-nuts and M5 by 40 and 10. Do I have the M5 by 10? Yes, I have the M5 by 10 and I need the M5 by 40. Should be this one. M5 by 40. And M5 T-nuts. Let's take a new tray. Screws. And M5 by 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Should be enough. 2, 3, 4, and 8. Yes. Okay. Angle. There we go. Let's put some T-nuts inside. Okay, that's where the problem we're going to start. M5. Okay. That's done. Then this one also. Just gonna put all the M5 T-nuts first and move then. When they're in place, I'm sure that I don't forget them. Okay, let me just make sure that this is Not gonna be a problem. Okay. I mean, I still have things to print. Okay, we are gonna need to check the front or the back. That's gonna be the same. And this is gonna be this side. Yes, that's gonna be here. Obviously, just need to avoid the grease. And I need the perfect key for this. Yes. Okay. So, let's try to align these. Let's try to align these. Okay. There we go. Okay, that's one. Then let's move this. Yep. Either I'm disconnected or there is really nobody in the chat. There. Okay. Let's do the others. Thank you, Alexander. At least I'm not crazy. I'm just trying to rush the process so that this is done as fast as I can. Okay. And the last one had to go. There. Okay, those are in place. Now I need to make sure that I can place the motors correctly. So this one is gonna come here. Yep. I need to align. Yes. And M5 by 10. Okay. That's done. Then this one will be done too really soon. Let's put the blue port first. It's gonna be easier to manage everything. Okay. So I need to have my screw put in place. Okay. And we can then tighten it. There, that's tightened. Screw everything. This one's in place. This one is gonna be in place soon. There. We tighten it. Okay. 2 motors done. This one goes here. This one goes here. Gonna be okay. We can then tighten this one also. That's the third, and the last one. There we go. 4 motors done. And all I need now is to put the fits, and I need M5 by 16 and the fits. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll be ready with this. And I think that's gonna be the last thing I do tonight, because am I missing something? No, I'm not missing anything. Yeah, that's probably gonna be the last thing I build. Yeah, the last part of the build tonight. 1, 2. Two. And I was just saying that I'm gonna be stopping here tonight because it's 9 p.m. almost here, and if I want to be able to say hi to my kids before they go to bed, that's probably the only solution. So what I'm gonna do is not okay. We have all 4 Z motors in place. There we go. That's a printer. Well, at least it will be. Yes, Danny, you're right. Okay, so I'm just gonna stop with the build here tonight and take 5 minutes to explain a few things that I'm gonna be doing on this build. First of all, I'm gonna be using, as I said, I was gonna be using a lot of Nemi's mod. The first one being the Toolheads herself. There are 2 magnets in the front here that do align with this. This is the modular dock that Nemi made. It's a mod with 2 magnets that's going to be working with the front fan magnet. That's one of the mods that I'm going to be using. Also, I'm going to be using another, I think it's also Nemi's mod. I'm going to be using these parts. So these and these. This is going to be a part that's going to be helping me working with this one. This is going to be placed at the A motor, and like this, I'm going to be able to have switches for X and Y at the back, so that the carriage itself will be able to home on X and Y without having a toolhead. And without running sensorless. By doing so, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to set the T0 and all the other toolheads, let me rephrase. All the toolheads are going to have offsets on X and Y, and not offsets from the first toolhead. That's way better. So that's one of the modes, and also another mode that I'm gonna be using is also from Nemi, if I can find it, which I'm not sure I will be able to. I'm gonna be using Nemi's mod for the Boden and the toolhead boards cables, but that's for next time. Thank you all for being here, for watching. Same time, same day next week. Have a good night, have a good day, depending on where you are. The size is 300. Jimmy, that's a 300 printer. So have a good day, have a good night, have a good afternoon, wherever you are. See you next week, and thank you for being here. And yes, all of Nemi's mods are insane.